Hey everybody, Chad Kloshman here, TBI-Guy Speaks on .webs.com or TBI-Guy Speaks on Facebook and on YouTube. This week we're skipping the virtues again, but this time I want to focus more on our kids in their extracurricular activities, because I've been talking to people who have wanted their kids to play the same sports that they did and all kinds of stuff like that, or the kids wanting to play sports that their parents did and finding out things that maybe they're just not all that great at, but at any rate, they want to do things that make us proud of them. And so the biggest thing is letting them try sports. Or
extracurricular
activities. Like music, for example. My son loves to play guitar, piano, and drums, and I went out and did something crazy and bought him a drum set, like a 7-piecer, so it makes lots of noise. But on that note, it's something that he really enjoys doing. And as parents, we need to make sure we focus our energy on what they like to do, not necessarily on what we want them to like to do. Because some people do that to their kids, and when our kids want us to be proud of them for what they're doing. So them enjoying what they're doing is a big, big part in making all that work out. So definitely talk to them. Talk to your son or your daughter. Say, what do you like? What don't you like? Okay, you're in this sport now. Are you enjoying it? Are you having fun? Or is it something that they're not really good at and you kind of notice that, and who knows the reason why? Maybe they're not fast. I was never fast or strong. I was a twig. I was skinny. So I was missing out on those aspects of sports. So was it as big of a deal? Your son or daughter may be in the same boat. But when my son starts a sport, he finishes the season. And if he didn't like it, that's fine. We move on to something else. And right now, he's kind of out of the sports thing to a certain degree, but he's into the music thing.
Well, his sport is trap shooting.
And his sport is trap shooting, definitely. I forgot about that. He likes shooting the guns and shooting the clay birds and all that good stuff. But as parents, we need to find out what our kids enjoy, because it's no fun for a kid that goes out, for one of your children to go out and play a sport that they're not interested in or that they're not really great at, and therefore they get a low self-esteem. And when what they want more than anything is to make us proud of them, we can't have them in a sport that we want them to be in if they don't want to be in it. So the biggest thing to always keep in mind is, what does my child like? What does he or she want to do? They don't have to be the best at it, but they have to enjoy it. So my biggest focus on this is make sure your kids enjoy the sports that they're playing. Because think about it, you guys are spending money on apparel, on sometimes lessons,
travel,
all kinds of things. So if it's not working for everybody and everybody's enjoying it, it's wasted time and money.
And it doesn't have to be a sport. We talk so much about sports, and our society is so wrapped up in athletics. Sometimes our kids are involved in other extracurricular activities, and they're just as valuable as athletics.
And not to mention, sports, chances are you're not going to be playing sports your whole life, or the sports that you played when you were a kid. But music is a whole other story that you can do your whole life.
And what's really important is the skills they learn, whatever sport or extracurricular activity they're in. If they learn leadership skills, cooperation, communication, teamwork, that's more important than being the best at something.
No. Hands down, the biggest focal point of this talk tonight, or this speech, or this rant, however you want to put it, is make sure your kids are doing what they enjoy. Don't try to live vicariously through them with what you wanted to do, or what you were, or what you want them to be. They need to be who they want to be. I mean, I can understand it if your child really wants to be good at a sport. Well, then you go out there and you help them, you practice with them. But you can't force things on them, because you can't force a kid to like something. And for a child to enjoy something, that's more important than focusing on what you want them to be. So I know that's kind of getting weird with it all, but the biggest thing is make sure your kids are doing what they want to do. It doesn't have to be sports. It can be music.
And yeah, or there's all kinds of activities.
And see, yes, trap shooting is a sport. See, my son gets ragged all the time at school. Trap shooting's not a sport. Yes, it is.
Look it up in the dictionary.
The ironic thing is in one of these quiz bowls he was in, that was one of the questions. What sport do you shoot clay birds? Trap shooting. So, wow, right there. It's a sport.
And see, you mentioned quiz bowl. That's an extracurricular activity. All of these types of activities kids can be in. They don't always have to be athletics. But, you know, our interest and investment in them is going to really pay off the most when it's something that they're interested in.
Yes. Are we good?
I think so.
All right. On that note, hey, guys, like, subscribe, share. I was told I've got over 3 dozen videos, I think is what my wife said. No, 2 dozen.
Yeah.
So all kinds of information, whether it's about disabilities, which I hate that word, as everybody knows.
Stop.
Because we're all disabled. But
you're handy-capable.
Handy-capable, of course. But, you know, whether it's about how to deal with things, virtues, I mean, every one of these videos has a brief statement about what it's about. So you can look through them and find something in there that you might actually learn something from, even from me. I know, it's a pretty crazy thought. I get that. But next week I will probably jump back into the virtues, because I think we have 5 more of them to go. And on that note, like I said, check it out, watch them, share them, and subscribe. I'm trying to hit like 12 subscribers. I'm just a dozen. Actually, I think I'm at 12, but hey, 24 maybe? I might be asking for too much, but hey, you never know. You guys have a great week, and we'll talk to you next time.